Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. My name is High Priestess Ishera, and today we are going to get into this Lion Gate frequency. Right now, there is an ecliptical portal that's open right now, and this portal has not this energy influx of power hasn't been around here in this galaxy for thousands and thousands of years. It's been thousands of years since the last time there has been such a high level energy influx of power coming in from nature. So we need to tap into this power, okay? Hi, if you don't know who I am, my name is High Priestess Ishera from beautiful Hawaii, and I'm here to talk about the Lion Gate Portal. It started during the blood moon, which happened a month ago. That's when the cycle started. Now, speaking of cycles, you need to comprehend when you're speaking of cycles because magic has many layers, and sometimes you can't really talk about magic unless you get some or know of some history regarding what you're talking about. And when it comes to energy vortexes in the universe and in the air, you have to comprehend that our skies is a reflection of who we are on the inside. And this is why a lot of people go to astrological chart and natal readings and the Indian readings. I forgot the name of the Indian readings. It's a certain type of reading you can get that actually charts out the stars that coincides with your birth sign. And this chart actually breaks down different vectors, different houses within your life and within your atmosphere to help you become a better person. You guys, if you don't know it, we are at war right now. If you don't know it, we are at war right now. And everybody presumes that this war is going to be a physical war. A lot of church people call it the second coming, the second coming. But this second coming is not going to be a physical war. It's going to be a spiritual war. There's a reason why the powers that be, leave you lost and confused and full of emotions that don't help with your growth. There's a reason why they make sure sexuality is dysfunctional, and they make sure they pass along these same dysfunctions through music, through books, through Pornhub, through the lack of true information and true teachers out there who are trying to help others. And when you consider all of this, you realize how important this Lion Gate energy is right now. They're sending downloads and uploads at an expedited rate right now, at an expedited rate. And if you lose out on this time, you know that saying, my timing was perfect, or, there's a right time for everything. This energy will not be out in the universe again until October. So if you're desiring something in your life, if you are needing or wanting something in your life, right now is where you need to tap into your alchemic powers and pull down what you want. But to pull down what you want and to utilize this Lion Gate frequency that is right now happening, is that you have to tap into not only your 5 senses, touch, taste, feel, your 5 physical senses. You also have to tap in to your 5 alchemaic, 5 alchemaic, 5 alchemaic properties, because magic is not just physical, it's multi-level existence simultaneously playing with each other in a beautiful symphony of song. And for all you who don't know, to make it non-complicated, the 5 alchemaic principles, or I should say the 5 parts of alchemaic magic that you can tap into with the 5 senses. Because when you take these two, the 5 senses and the 5 alchemaic properties, and bring them together with nature, with the gods, with all the other energies, extraterrestrial or what have you, and bring them together simultaneously into a ball of symphony, alchemaic music. That's what I call magic. I call magic music, because until you learn how to play a symphony with other peoples, you'll never reach your highest masters in achieving what I feel is the most important thing in life as a human, having, as a spiritual being, having a human experience. And that is the multi-layered execution of knowing how to utilize your 5 sense magic with your alchemaic magic. For the people who don't know, your alchemaic magic is your sovereignty, knowing who you are and where your sovereignty, knowing who you are and where you're from. It's also your Merkaba 6-pointed star power, learning that power to come out of your body and visit the different planes of existence. This 3rd dimension is only one. It's tapping into the sunflower source, tapping into the moon, tapping into the sun, nature's properties and energy, and communing with the gods. And then there's also that little beacon of light, the lantern, utilizing the lantern so you could tap into your inner light and shine your light upon this world. And last but not least, you need that key. And just to show how alchemy is in everything we do, because if you are an alchemist, one of the main things you learn when you study alchemy, one of the main things you earn when you study alchemy is that one of the main things you learn about studying, oh, brain fart. One of the main things you learn about alchemy is that alchemy is all around you, and alchemy is the manipulation of energy. Okay, I caught the thought. The manipulation of energy. And once you become an alchemist, you realize that the key to unlock this energy is to know of the different energies and to know how many of them there are out there, and your power to attempt to reach out and commune with these different energies. Okay, because energy is in everything. That's one of the first things you learn as an alchemist, that energy is in everything, from flowers to people to even this bracelet. This bracelet even carries its own energy. This bracelet even carries its own energy. This paper is carrying its own energy frequency. This black tourmaline carries its own frequency. And this is a good frequency because this keeps negative. And once you learn Amanet Ra'et, Amun Ra. Once you learn how to work your alchemy magic, your magical, mystical ways of living, which is old ideologies from as old as archaic civilizations like the Mesopotamians. This spiritual walk is not a new thing, you guys. This wasn't just not created out the blue, just out of nowhere. Okay? Alchemaic magic has been in this low vibrational frequency since the Mesopotamians. And once you study, you realize, once you connect the dots, that we have been given lies, and they've flipped everything around, and they've twisted everything to the point where the enemies are winning and the real heroes are losing. Anything that tries to stop me from reaching my spiritual highest level is an enemy to me. I don't care what it look like. I don't care what it feel like. If you hinder my spiritual growth, you are an enemy to me. And with my lightened guardians and my gangster dark entity warriors, I will annihilate all who come against me and my legacy. And as a God, yes, I am a God. As a God who lives her life as a goddess, I implement the alchemaic properties of 5 sense magic to Mesopotamian true life alchemy magic. And I combine them together to acquire all the desires I've reached thus far in my life, into all the ones that I reach for, which are even further from my right now. Okay? So do not sleep. I said all of that to say this. Do not sleep on this Lion's Gate energy. Astrological wise, it is written in the stars how powerful this energy is. Downloads are coming down. The question is, are you within your godhood, which is your temple, at your highest frequency to receive such downloads that so many people beg for and ask for. You know, ooh, give me the car. Ooh, give me the man. Ooh, give me the house. Ooh, give me the job. You can get all of that if you make you your number one priority. Feeding this need and hunger to learn the truth. No matter how many times you stop, no matter how many times you choose not to do your due diligence, no matter how many times you half-ass anything, you are setting yourself up to not reach your highest highs, but setting yourself up to reach more lows. You must be consistent with this war. You must be consistent with this spiritual path, because I'll say it again, you guys, we are at war and they do not want you to wake up. The TVs, the entertainers, the one percenters, they don't want you to wake up. They don't want you to see that you are God. They don't want you to see that you have the power to create anything you desire once you learn how to walk within your God. Yes, I'm not negating the beautiful energy exchange of learning about deities and learning about the powers of the different cultures that were raised in different parts of the world. It's nothing wrong with asking a God for something, but there is always a time within your evolvement that you have to go from asking to what I call demanding. Some people don't like the word demanding, but demanding what you want, expecting what you want. And how do you know you're going to get what you expect in your life? Is by, now here's the secret, you guys. Even if only one person hears this, I've done my job as the demon hero that I am, the high priestess, Haitian voodoo high priestess that I am. And I've played my part in feeding the knowledge to the sleeping ones in this world. You are God. I have to give that message to you. And this Lion Gate energy is going to allow you to tap into your God and tap into that power that is you. Once you realize that the power is you, and once you start implementing daily certain rituals to keep you protected, to keep you safe, to keep you loved, and to keep you focused on this arduous, I'll say it again, arduous on this arduous journey, you cannot fail. I'll repeat, you cannot fail. Now, if you don't think that you are a God, it's okay. If you think that you become God by asking certain deities for help, then run with that. But what I want you to do is I want you to tap into that God you're begging for, whatever you're begging for, and suck up the power of that God so much so within your ether, within your life, within your situation, within your daily rituals, and become that God. You cannot lose by doing this. I repeat, you cannot lose by doing this. And I do this on a regular basis. Some people see a poor Black girl when they look at me. I see a magical mystic millionaire living one of her best of lives. And I feel I'm living my life so well that I'm kind of worried just a little bit. Yes, we high priestesses get worried too. I'm worried just a little bit that I might fuck around and dissipate and self-combust before this physical body dies. But that's what I want, though. That's what I want. I want to get to a meditative state so much so that my energy bodies come out of my physical body simultaneously, like a simultaneous combustion, and I hit the 7th to 9th dimension, whichever one is fine with me, because I refuse to recycle back into this world. I'm done with the low vibrational materialistic things that this low vibrational plane has to offer. If you are in this war and you are walking this path of getting your third eye enlightened and getting it higher to a higher frequency, your goal should be spontaneous combustion to where you get so light. Yo, I feel like this is going to happen to me. I swear to God. I feel like I'm going to get so light that I'm going to get clear and I'm just going to dissipate and poof, just be gone. My son is going to be like, where the fuck my mom went, yo? Where the fuck my mom went, yo? But that's just me. That's just me. All right. So now that you know why the skies above, how we know as healers, the skies above are open for downloads and uploads and epiphanies and facing fears and reaching your sky's the limit manifesting, having the best sex you've ever had in your life, because the veils are so open and so strong that that little hindering side of you that usually pops up during sexual love rituals or sexual love circumstances and moments are lifted, because the energies, the high level energy powers are facilitating your opening of your heart chakra. Because right now, that's what the Lion Gate is doing right now for all the humans who are tapping in. It's opening your heart chakra, because for as long as your heart chakra stays open, you are radio frequency wise attuned to receiving downloads and sending uploads out and in. And these epiphanies are going to again facilitate the necessary steps you need in growth. Can I please stop? Can I please tell you guys, stop like sitting and asking, oh, I want the car. Give me the car. Give me the car. Give me the car. Give me the car. And then you ask the deity for the car. You feed the deity for the car. You take care of what you have to do to try to get the car. You picture yourself in the car. You try to save money for the car. But and this is how a lot of people fuck themselves over to the alchemy of magic and to epiphanies. But then spirit downloads to you, move to Georgia and take that lower paying job. And when you take that lower paying job, do your job, but also do that thing that you love so much that you haven't been able to do because the higher paying job that you're at right now don't allow you to do that. But then what people do, they fuck up their downloads, they fuck up their epiphanies, and they're like, no, I can't move to Georgia and get a lower paying job just to work on my passion. How do you not know that your passion is what is going to get you the car you've been begging the deities for? We as humans who don't tap into our God minds, that's what it is, basically tapping into your God minds. If we as humans tend to fuck ourselves over, and I have a video on it, don't fuck yourself, tend to fuck ourselves over by allowing our ego mind to throw off our spiritual receptors of downloads from outer entities and from spirit bodies and things of that nature, to stop the growth of the epiphany that has been given to us clearly within our mindset. We need to stop this self-destruction button that we press within ourselves when it comes to creating with the epiphanies that are downloaded and given to us. Open up a store. Open up a store. You want to open up a store, but you don't have the money to open up a store. So instead of using your God mind I was gonna eat it, but go ahead, you can have it. I knew you wanted it. And we self-destruct ourselves because the powers that be, they're the ones that make sure we stay confused. Ogun. One second. Oh shit. I'm coming right back. Audrey, pass me a bowl, please. Excuse me. I apologize. Ogun came to me and told me to give an offering, so I had to do that real quick and give respect to one of my ancestral gods. Ogun! Ogun! We tend to self-destruct ourselves and turn away from the epiphanies that are given to us. Open up a store, open up a store, open up a store. I don't got no money for a store. I can't afford the overhead of a store. Oh, people ain't gonna buy my stuff. There you go, fucking up the opportunity. Instead of saying, okay, well then maybe I'll try to get some of my products in one store or two store or three store, or maybe I should open up a website, or maybe I should work on the products that I want to sell and make them even more fire. So when I have the money to sell, it'll sell even better. That's tapping into your God mind. And that's a perfect example of tapping into your God mind. When these downloads come, very much the example of me when Ogun asked me to give an offering to him out of respect. Even though I'm God, when the other gods talk to me, I listen. They want an offering. They get it. They want a special altar for a special day. They got it. Just because I'm God doesn't mean I don't venerate other gods. But a lot of people, when they hear these downloads in their mind, they second guess, they allow the ego mind to throw them off, and boom, they lose their opportunity to connect with source, to connect with nature, to connect with universe. What's the derivative word of universe? You make your world. You create your world. And all the ways you think you're going to manifest what you desire are usually not the ways you're going to get what you desire. But trust and know that the powers that be are showing and guiding you to the easiest way to do it, even though looking at it prospectively wise in your life, it's the hard way, in your opinion. It's the hard way, in your opinion. You know what I'm saying? This year has been a very hard, fast pushing year of evolvement for me. And I've tapped into sides of me I didn't even know that was there. Listen, I'm astro fucking now and all of that. And it feels so, so good. And I realized that when you get to a point where you think you know everything, new information reveals itself and be like, no, there's more, bitch. No, there's more. There's more. So you guys, I need for you to tap into your God minds. You need to tap into your God minds. And matter of fact, If you're going to tap into your God minds, tap into your God bodies. You guys are not taking y'all. There's a lot of you, especially on Facebook. Oh, I need a spiritual man. Oh, I'm a goddess. Oh, I'm well. But sucking down that pork every fucking day of the week, Monday through Sunday, never taking a break off that shit. Fucking and sucking these fake ass motherfuckers who you know you're not going to end up staying with, but you fuck around and fuck them and leave yourself open and susceptible to their incubuses and succubuses that are usually attached to the connections that are not of positive and productive matter. You know what I mean? So start taking care of your God bodies so then you can tap into your God minds. Tapping into your God bodies is something simple as not eating pork every day. Something simple as like what I did for like on this journey, I've done so many things that I've consistently kept in my life that people will be like, why you do that for, Ishera? Like, it's so unnecessary. Nope. It's a part of my spiritual walk. No TVs are allowed in either of my bedrooms in my house because I walk it like I talk it, walk it like I talk it. You know, I keep tourmaline at all electrical machinery. Something simple as putting termalites near your electronics helps with negative ass haters who are watching you, hoping that you fucking fail, hoping and praying that you fucking fail, you know, but my black tourmaline keeps me protected. My rituals keep me protected. Taking care of my God body keeps me protected. I've been in a ritual since the blood eclipse, hence the white. I've been acquiring several masters. I've been in a blood ritual since the blood moon, full moon eclipse of last year. And I'll be in another ritual for the up and coming new moon, which is ending the Lions Gate Eclipse Portal opening. It's going to be shutting August 11th. And I'm utilizing this energy on many, many planes. So I say, use this energy and tap in, face some fears, you know, face some fears. You are God, or what most of you do, you are goddess. You are God. And you're tapping into these energies for a reason. You have to allow these energies to work through you and not be afraid of the process of them working through you. That's meditation. That's facing fears. That's connecting with nature. That's connecting with ether. That's learning, studying, about where alchemy comes from, where magic started, you know, that's tapping into music power, tapping into mantras, and tapping into sacred sound. All of this will help you play a beautiful symphony of alchemaic magic for your universe. This is your world. And if you know the alchemaic truth, which is none of this is real. None of this is real. This back here, none of that is real. This is all perspective of your life. The only thing real in your life is how you feel and how you synergize the energy that you're feeling. That's the only real thing. Don't let them beef you up. Don't let them have you believe the hype that paying bills, getting your kid in college, getting that body. As soon as I stopped focusing on getting a sexy body, I got my sexy body automatically because I was tapping into so much tantric energy vortexes that I was burning off ether while I was sleeping. You know? So please know that this Lion Gate energy is not only about, tapping in and getting information from extraterrestrials or other outer entities, but it's also tapping into you, tapping into yourself, and learning about yourself and building yourself and becoming better with yourself. And you do this by growing relationships and by learning and studying and by practicing good, consistent, habitual magic. And this is why I'm single, because I habitually perform magic in my life. Habitually. Okay? Habitually. And I've come to a very happy medium that I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And if I don't find someone who can comprehend this demonic sexual guardian angel beast that I am, then it's okay. Because trust and believe, I love me down as many times as I need to love me down. You know, dick is great. Dick is fucking awesome. But between, yes, and to be honest, like to be completely honest, I have a couple of relationships with some demonic and angel entities, and I play with them all the time too. So I stay busy. I stay busy. But best believe you know that I've already called in my sovereignty card. I've already tapped into the secrets. I've already initiated initiation after initiation after initiation. And there's one initiation I haven't done yet, but I don't see how it's going to transpire because Spirit's already told me that I'm going to go to Africa and I'm going to go through another initiation in Africa through the rivers of Africa. But I don't see how that's going to be done because I don't know anybody in Africa. But I'm totally open to that download I got. Like they said, you're going to Africa and you're going to get cleansed and you're going to be initiated in the African waters to take your magic to another level. And I'm very excited about that. And I look forward for that to happen. But till then, I'm tapping into my God mind and my God body so I can be ready for anything that comes to me, to be on point, to dot all my I's and cross all my T's. So if anything is thrown at me, I will be the God that I know I am, and I will handle it. I will handle it. Okay, so tap into this Lions Gate energy. You only got until August 12th, and then the next huge energy flux will be in October during winter equinox. Winter equinox. Tap into your Godhead. And it's not just physical. Tap into your God mind, tap into your God energy, learn some shit. If you only astral travel once a week, try astral traveling 2 or 3 times a week. If you don't know nothing about astral traveling, study about astral traveling. You know, tap into your God masters because that's the only way you're going to uplift your mind and utilize these intense energy frequencies that are out here open for you. Because I'll say this also, keep in mind, we weren't allowed to access this information, these epiphanies, these downloads, these uploads. We weren't allowed to have that during the quarantine. There was a time when this world was on an etheric quarantine, where we weren't allowed as humans to tap into this spiritual higher dimension information. Remember, we have from 1 to 12 dimensions. A lot of people just work from 1 to 9. 9 is intergalactic. You know what I'm saying? 3 is this dimensional plane. 4 is where the ancestors are doomed to stay until they get higher vibrations. 5s are where the travelers and the watchers and the data collectors be running at. They coming in and out of your dreams a lot. You know what I'm saying? So just know that during this Lion Gate, the portal is open. And I feel like Spirit, it wants me to push this and talk about it as much as I can and send the message out there. The Lion Gate Eclipse Portal is opening. utilize this energy, whether you're contacting light bodies or whether you're contacting demonic bodies. Okay, now, if I'm going to mention demonic bodies, I have to give you some warnings with the demonic bodies. I work with a couple of demonic bodies, and I need to warn you, when you're working with demonic bodies, know that they're very different from angel light bodies. Angel light bodies are the deities that you ask for stuff. Oh, give me this. Oh, give me that. Oh, give me the power of this. The demonic energies, usually when you start don't start fucking with demons until you can demand what you want. I feel that's the best safety tip I can give you, is don't tap into demonic energy sources until you studied about them, and be careful how much you study about them. The more you study about them, the more you call them, and they'll might fuck around and start fucking with you on some shit while you're just on the study process of them. Had that happen too. But if you are aware of your magic, you can catch them and do what needs to be done to keep yourself protected at all costs. But when you are approaching demon energies like Beelzebub, Azazel, Lahud, Incubus, Anubis, Basset, any of these dark shadow entities, you have to have, if you're not demanding what you want like I do, because not everybody's going to do what I do, you have to get in a space where you know that they will give you what you want from them, just as long as you stay within the agreement. Because when it comes to dealing with demons, you guys, it's all about contracts and promises. So don't promise no demon anything that you're not ready to dole out. And with saying that, I also have to mention this. Don't think dealing even with light body energies that you're not, oh, this is good, that you're not held accountable. Don't think that you're not held accountable for the contracts and the promises that you've put out thus far. You know that old to my ancestors, to my protectors, to my warriors. I'm in it, right? Yes. Do not think that you are not held accountable for your promises and contracts, whether these contracts is from before you were born to while you were living. Because we create contracts with people all the time. Ooh, I like you. I want you to be my boyfriend. Love me, love me. Ooh, I hate this job, but I'm going to it anyway because it gives me money. Ooh, I'm horny. I'm going to watch my favorite monster fucking video on Pornhub. Whatever your vice may be, know that you will be held accountable for every and all promises that you've given and that you've offered in sacrifice to these gods and goddesses, to these demons, to these angels that you're reaching out to. You know that old saying, ignorance is bliss? Ignorance is bliss. When you don't know any better, you don't really get penalized for not knowing any better. You don't. But once you know, once You've studied and been given the experience. I don't care if you were vegetarian for 8 years and then because of stress and a disease, you started eating meat and you just stopped being a vegetarian. Oh, I'm going to die because I got this sickness. Blah, 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 blah. You are going to reap the hardcore side effects of not staying true to your abstinence of not eating meat. So don't go into these contracts, don't go into these promises all willy-nilly and not following through with it, because it will show up in your life. It will show up in the people around you. It will show up in your circumstance, and it will show up in what you said you were going to do, but it will show up in your long and short-term goals. You have 3 short-term goals, and if you don't stay consistent to what you promised the gods or to yourself, those 3 goals are still in effect after the so-called deadlines. You guys must be consistent with who you are in your alchemaic ways, always. If you not, then you will feel the wrath of the guardians. Yes, and even light bodies get upset at us. Ancestors, because I know, perfect example, like me. I'm like one of the only in my family that feeds the ancestors, send money to the ancestors, because I understand the demographic of the whole spiritual life of living and dying. And I know most of my ancestors are stuck in the 4th dimension, needing and wanting things, living right next to us and walking their lives as if they're not dead, but they're dead as a doornail. So I feed them. I give them liquor. I take care of them. I pray to them. But I stopped asking my ancestors for stuff because I realize my ancestor bloodline have their problems that they need to work out and that I'm working on it with them. But I save the what I need to manifest with the higher entities. I say all of that to say this. Just because you start feeding the ancestors, and just because the ancestors are lower vibrational energy sources, they're only in the 4th and 5th dimension, but they can do harm. You stop feeding them. I had a situation where I stopped feeding them because I was going through a transition. I was moving out of my apartment, so I hadn't fed them in weeks, and I felt the ricochet of them not being fed. And I knew they were hungry and they just wanted money and food. But at that time, I couldn't do anything about it. So ancestors get attitudes, deities get attitudes, and they will reflect their attitude in your circumstance. Now, demons is a totally different ball game. They don't get attitudes. They get downright angry. Okay? They get downright angry. And if you're not careful, your interaction with a demon can put you in a situation where you're locked in for life with that demon in a connection that you don't want to be in. And you don't want that to happen to you. So be very careful when you're reaching out to shadow warriors, shadow energies, and also be careful when you're reaching out to light body guardians, because they don't play. One has an attitude and the other one is a straight up prankster, and they will show face if they're not happy and if you don't stay true to what needs to be done. Perfect example. Let's say, for instance, you are a girl or a boy that's purging an incubus or succubus in your life. Perfect example. Incubus or succubus in your life. And you know that every time you watch Pornhub, you watch those sex videos where the woman or the man is tied up and they're having rough sex. That's a demonic energy esoterically fucking you in the mind. Okay? Audrin, go to your room, please. I'm actually doing a video and you're being disturbed. You're being a disturbance. Go to your room. Thank you. As soon as I finish the video, I will get your dinner ready because I have things to do. And you can actually be tapping into an incubus and succubus by watching these Pornhub videos of these women and men tied up having brutal sex with each other, but you're getting off on it. Your dick is getting hard, your pussy's getting wet, and this is what you like. And you're doing this over and over and over and over again. This is a clear sign that there is an incubus attached to you, whether it's your own incubus or it's an incubus from someone you've been fucking, was fucking, is fucking, or want to be fucking. Yes, I even believe you can connect with incubuses with men and women that you want to fuck, like the Deliciouses, or like the Kim Kardashians, or like um the Black Chinas. They're attached to several incubuses, and I believe incubuses can attach on to you through these energy frequencies from these sex goddesses. Okay, so the best way to deal with eliminating the incubus or the succubus that's in your life is to stop completely watching the porn hubs of people being tied up and having rough sex with each other. Because if that is the outlet that clicks your wet G spot to the emotion where you're getting turned on and then you masturbate, because when you masturbate, you're fucking an energy. Oh, yes, you're not by yourself. Depends on what energy you're fucking. You're fucking, when you masturbate, you're fucking an energy. Usually they're incubuses and succubuses. And when you tap into this masturbation and watching the porn, you can cut off the incubus by doing something simple as stop watching the tied up porn hubs and watch something completely different. It really depends on what you watch and how you tap in when you watch. You can watch two couples having intense sexuality with each other, and then imagine you and your mate, or you and a future husband, while you're having sex and while you're masturbating yourself. So then this cuts off the incubuses or succubuses connection with you guys. I felt like I had to share that because I feel like there is someone who's going to watch this video and needs a active to do application and don't have the money to spend on life coach healers and high priestesses like me to help them with situations like this. You could do something simple as stop watching the porn hub of the people being tied up and having rough, aggressive, dangerous sex, because you know this is not you. You know it's an outer entity. You have to change that sexual alchemy magic, and instead of masturbating and watching that, masturbate and look at some healthy sex scenes of two people intensely loving each other. And then think about that man that floats your boat and get your nut that way. You have to apply the alchemy living consistently to see true change in your life. You could pretend all you want, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people who make millions just. I'm not talking to the people who trying to get followers and trying to get a following. Fuck a following. My goal in my alchemaic life is to feed as many souls who are on this path so they can get closer and higher to their destination of their higher realms. That's my goal, you know? Heartedly, because I was in the process of receiving masters. But just to let you know, I have opened my monthly life coach healing service to a certain amount of people for the next 2 months at $50 a month. $50 a month. You'll get a plethora of beautiful gifts from me every month, which touch on all 4 levels of your life: spiritually, emotionally, physically, and mentally. And then on top of that, you get 2 tarot card readings free from me every month. And you get 24-hour messenger phone and text and video and audio access to me on any and all questions. I have a lot of knowledge to give, and I just want to share as much as I can to anybody who is ready to listen and who is not afraid to tap in to this energy shifting energy. Okay? So, you guys, tap into this Lion Gate energy and tap into your multiverse. Because remember, your universe is you. And you make life what you want it to be by tapping in. And I can help you do that at Life Coach Healing. So please feel free to get at me if you have any questions about my discounted Life Coach Healing membership. And keep in mind that this energy comes once in a life at time. So tap into it. Get creative. Get creative. Tap into your mind games. Today, xylophone kept on coming to my head. Xylophone. And I don't even know what a xylophone is, but I'm going to Google xylophone and study about it and see where I can put xylophone in my life, because spirit keeps on telling me xylophone. Now, I don't know where I'm going to use this xylophone in my life, but I'm sure as hell going to use it because it was downloaded to me that xylophone will be a part of my creation process, will be a part of my growth and my acquiring. So sometimes you're not going to understand the information that is given to you through epiphanies and visions and downloads. Write it down. That is an alchemist's true to take. Writing down everything, because you may not use what you write down now, but you may sure as hell use it later. And remember, utilize both sides of your alchemy powers. Your five senses and true alchemaic Mesopotamian truth. Fuse the two. I just did a euphemism and an idiosyncrasy. Fuse them together and allow the power to shift and move you. My name is High Priestess Ishera. Feel free to get at me at www. Nope, I closed that business. I closed that website. Feel free to get at me at lifecoachhealing@gmail.com. I'll talk to you guys soon. And utilize this Lion Gate energy. Lion Gate energy, activate. Tap in, guys. Yes, I do Banshee magic too.